All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise facing the east to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Bayath, the Wadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. Sunday evening camp. Okay, Lord willing to be edifying. All right. So, let's see, we're going to start off here. Slovakia. Let me get it. Let me start off with the book of excuse me. This is going to be the book of Acts. Not Acts. Slovakia, the book of Romans, chapter 8. And this is going to be start at the top, verse 1. So Romans 8:1, and it says, "There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit." Okay? So there's no condemnation to those that walk after Yahweh Shai, okay? That walk in the Spirit, okay? We won't be condemned to judgment, all right? So as long as we continue to walk in the Spirit by keeping our minds, set forth on this truth, we don't have to worry about, facing judgment. We don't have to worry about, we won't have to worry about getting on Yahweh Bashim Shai's bad side, okay? As the scriptures say, to be carnally minded is death, okay? Pleasing your flesh, okay? That path leads to death, okay? If you want life, you have to walk in the Spirit. Okay, you have to put off all this nonsense that this place puts right in front of you, whether it be money, excuse me, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, whether it be money, women, a good job, a nice car, a nice house, anything that this place puts in front of you, you can't get attached to it. Okay, but don't get it twisted, because money is a defense. Okay, money is meant to be used to, maneuver as the way Esau, Edom has this system set up. Verse 2, Romans 8:2. "For the law of the Spirit of life in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach hath made me free from the law of sin and death." Okay? It's the law of the Spirit of life, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay? It made you free. It sets you free from the law of sin and death, okay? Because Yahweh Shai is the light in the way, okay? He is the truth. And if you follow him, man, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong as long as you put your faith and trust in him and follow him, okay? He's the only way we can get back to the Father, man. Without him, we have nothing. So that's why I said earlier, before in a few previous camp videos of mine, I said, be considerate of Yahweh Shai and what he did for us, man. Be considerate of what he did. To sacrifice himself for his people, that's love, man. To give yourself up for the whole nation, that right there shows you that Yahweh Shai gives a shit. But 2/3 of our people won't understand that. Verse 3, "For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh." Okay? So Yahweh sent his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, down here in the flesh. Okay? So, in the likeness of the sinful flesh, meaning, of course, he came in the flesh, and for sin condemns sin in the flesh. So sin condemns sin, okay? Sin leads to death, man. It's just to put it that simple. All you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, you guys doing the things that the prophets are telling you not to do. All you're doing is just making it harder for yourself. You're marking yourself. You're basically asking to die. Okay? Even though Yahushua was sent here in the flesh, just like us, he went through temptations, he went through it. But he was able to maintain himself, to control himself. And we have to do the same thing for our own sakes. But you guys don't have you 2/3, you guys don't care. Verse 4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. Verse 5, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. So, okay, difference between the carnal and the spiritual, man. The carnal, they're all about pleasing the flesh. They're all about, being desirous of things, being materialistic. You want this, you want that. Oh, I want to feel good, or this and that. They don't, being spiritual, you have to understand, it's not all about feeling good. Sometimes reality is going to, kick you in the ass, check you, okay? To be spiritually minded, you have to go through things. And there are some things that you're just going to have to humble yourself and accept, no matter how much it hurts, or how humiliating or demeaning it is. Okay? Even though we're moving through the Spirit, we still make mistakes because we're in this flesh. We're gonna slip up every now and then, here and there. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you from your walk with the Lord, man. Verse 6, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Okay? So, being carnally minded is death. Being carnally minded leads to more problems. Okay? But to be spiritually minded, you have to be disciplined and use your head and think like, okay, if I do a certain thing, it's going to put more stress on me. Being carnally minded. If I do this, I'm going to have to pay for it later. Okay? And like I said, sometimes we do slip up and we get weak, but you got to pick yourself up and learn from it. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because I'm still having my own struggles, but I'm not letting that stop me. Self-discipline and self-control, it's a skill. Self-discipline and self-control, it's a skill. Okay? Just like listening and paying attention is a skill. It's something that has to be obtained by hearkening unto this. Okay, this right here is how you not only do you learn from your mistakes, but you experience things, when people go through certain situation that you go through, you could pass on that wisdom and knowledge to them. Verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against the power. So those that are of the flesh, they hate the Most High. They hate the power. They hate Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And 2/3 of our people, they're carnally minded. They prefer to have the world, okay? They prefer to have this fucked up world rather than, turn back unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, who can give them everything and anything and then some that this world cannot give them. Okay? So, what is it going to take for you, Jake? Why do you want to hold on to this place so badly? Why? This place it's dying. This place has no more value. Why? Now, verse 8, or I'm sorry, verse 7, I'll start again in Romans 8 and 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So those that have a carnal mind, they cannot be they won't submit themselves unto the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? So 2/3 of our own people, they will not hearken unto this word. And we all know that the heathen won't, because it's not meant for them anyway to begin with. Verse 8, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. So those that are carnally minded cannot please Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. They're not spiritually minded. They just want to waste their life away here. They don't want to preserve their life and follow what the Lord says. They would rather just go ahead and do their own thing and end up getting knocked off. Verse 9, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so be that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now if any man have not the Spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. Okay? So simple. If you don't have that righteous spirit in you, that spirit that is willing to submit yourself to the Lord, you're not of his flock. It's just that simple. Okay? If you're not of a sincere and genuine spirit, man, you're not of the Lord's sheep. You're not of his flock. Okay, you're not one of his genuine followers. Verse 10, and if Hamashiach be in you, the body is dead in sin, dead of sin, but the spirit of life because of righteousness. So the spirit of righteousness, if you have that righteous spirit in you, that means Yahweh Shai is within you, man. Okay? You got the Lord with you in the spirit, man. Because within you is that righteousness. The spirit to be willing to do what is right. Okay? And not mind the things of the flesh. Okay? And if the Lord be, and if the Yahweh Shai dwelleth within you in the spirit, okay, then the body is dead because of sin, meaning the flesh, the carnality, because that doesn't apply to you anymore, because you turned over a new leash. Okay, you became that new creature. Put off the old, as they say, out with the old and in with the new. You're not the same person. You're better. And you're growing, you're getting better day after day. Verse 11, but if the spirit of him that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Hamashiach from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you. Yahweh. Okay? He will quicken your mortal bodies. He will strengthen it. He will strengthen you by his spirit, man. He will strengthen you. He will motivate you. He will guide you. As long as you stick to this. Really, in this life, this right here is all that we need. This is really all that we need. Verse 12, therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, not to live after the flesh. Okay, we're not debtors. We don't owe this society, this life, anything. Okay? We're not debtors to the flesh or to this world. Okay? Verse 13, for if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. So, if you're by the Spirit, you do mortify the deeds of the body. Okay? Going into, self-discipline and control. Okay? Keeping a sound mind, keeping your wits about you, and not, bugging out, not, doing the best you can not to make mistakes. But like I said, we're not perfect yet. The Lord willing that we get out of here on the first go around so that we can become perfect. We're still going to make mistakes. Verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of the power, they are the sons of the Most High. Verse 15, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. Okay? The spirit of adoptions. The spirit of adoption as the sons of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? By putting off that weak nature and not minding the things of the flesh, and start minding the things of the spirit. Verse 16, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Okay? This goes into faith, and faith is part of that righteous spirit. The spirit has that faith and knows. Okay? Our spirit knows, and we have that faith. Okay? In fact, let me get Ezekiel. Let's see, Ezekiel chapter... So I could give me one moment. Oh, there we go. This is Ezekiel 9:4, and it says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So the people that are sighing and crying daily for the abominations, that's the prophets and the sincere believers and listeners, the men, women, and children. Okay? We're sick and tired of this place. We're tired of just being around these people because we know that inwardly their mind is filled with nothing but garbage. Vainglory, nothing profitable, nothing spiritual. It's just garbage. Okay, and the lifestyle here is nothing but garbage. This place has no true standard. People just do whatever the hell they want here. Verse 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, the Tawah, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Okay, so those that have the Tawah, those are the elect, because they are the ones who are going to make it through what's going to come or what's coming. But those that don't have the Tawah, which is the mark of exemption from judgment, the 2/3, like I just read, I'll read it again. And verse 5, it says, and to the others he said, Ezekiel 9:5, and to the others he said in my heart, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. So the 2/3, no, it's not going to matter how much they sigh and cry or how much they beg and plea. The Lord's judgment, they're not going to be spared. They're not, the Lord's not going to have any pity on them. They're going to get what they righteously deserve, no matter how horrible of a death they have to face, whether it be by Esau, Edom's military, by a wild animal, by pestilence or an illness or whatever, or by famine, or by whatever. The Lord has so many ways, an endless amount of ways that he can make you suffer before you die. In verse 6, slay utterly old and young. So it doesn't matter your age, whether you're an infant, a toddler, a child, a young adult, middle-aged, older, elderly, it don't matter. Slay utterly old and young. Both maids, and little children and women. So, you women, doesn't matter whether you are a baby, a toddler, a child, a young adult, middle-aged, or elderly. You women are going to get it. Especially you women. Okay? There's going to be more women out here dying than there are men that are going to be dying. But there's going to be a lot of men dead too. They're going to be unalived. So, okay, let me go back to Romans. Romans chapter 8, verse 17. And if children, then... so let me start back at 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if verse 17, and if children, then heirs, heirs of the power, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So, to be joint heirs with Yahawashi, which means we have to go through the same sufferings that he went through. And to the best of our ability, we have to overcome the flesh and the carnality of this society. Okay? If we are those true joint heirs that are going to be partakers with Yahawashi in rulership, dominion, and for all eternity. Think about it, man. Going through a little bit of suffering in this world just to obtain everything and then some, and even more so. I'd say giving up everything on this side is well worth it, man. Spiritual power, eternal life, eternal youth, riches beyond your wildest imagination, dominion, rulership, everlasting life and true pure joy, ruling in righteousness, all of that. In order to have all of that, you just have to let everything of this world go. Why not? Why not? Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So yes, we're going to go through complete, absolute hell on this side, but compared to the glory and the joy that's coming, you're going to feel so relieved. So relieved. You're going to be able to breathe, chill, have a good time, but you just got to first deal with the bullshit here, because this is part of, learning our lesson, because we went off in the first place, and it's also to help build us up, because after all, as the old saying goes, strong men make peaceful times make weak men make hard times, and hard times make strong men. Okay? And we're living in hard times right now. This is not the time to be soft. This is not the time to be, especially not just naive, but, you can't give in to your flesh, okay? If you are a real strong man, you won't fall for the bullshit. You won't, allow yourself to be tempted by, all this nonsense, man. You know, all the Lord is just telling you to do is just to do as I say, stay out of trouble, and use wisdom daily. Okay? Even though the Lord says, I'm going to test you on some things to see if you really are about this. Just to see if you have what it takes. Okay, verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. Okay? So, you know, the creature waiting for the sons of the Most High. Okay? All life around us, the mountains, the trees, just the whole land. Okay? The whole earth is in a state of mourning. They're waiting for those sons, those righteous sons, the elect, to come back into power to set things right under the order of Yahushai. Okay? Even the heathens, even they are waiting on us. Okay? They're waiting for the true righteous people of the Most High to be back in their rightful positions. Verse 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope. 21. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. All right? So, even the animals, even right now, the animals, they're in a state of mourning. They're being tormented by the wicked, being put in these zoos, which are nothing but prisons for them. Okay? These zoos are nothing but a prison where they're being put on display for other people's entertainment. These animals are sighing and crying. They want to get the hell up out of they want to get the, they're waiting for Esau Edom to, they're waiting for him to fall. They want him to go. So even the animals know that the whole world is messed up and everything's out of course. So again, even the animals are waiting to be delivered from bondage. They're waiting for the sons of the Most High. Lord willing that we be those men. Verse 22, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Again, this world is in a state of mourning. As the scriptures say, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay? And it also says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And right now, the wicked, Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, or Caucasians, they are in control right now. And ever since they've been in power, has anything really gotten any better under their watch, under their rulership? Don't seem like it to me. Because all these other countries, they don't want to have nothing to do with Esau anymore. All those people, all those other nations that were confederate with him against us, okay, they're starting to see Esau Edom for the devil that he really is. They see that he doesn't give a shit about them. He doesn't even give a shit about his own people. He'll just keep taking and taking and taking, but never giving anything in return. Esau Edom is he's the wicked man. He's the devil. So, again, you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, why the hell are you always bending the knee to this man? Why? Why is it that you want to kiss his ass so badly? Why? What is it going to take for you to realize that this pale-skinned, cave-dwelling devil does not care about you. He hates you. Every day. Here, and especially the city I live in, there's always a mass shooting where Jake's getting gunned down by the police, or just beaten by the police, or arrested. Yet Jake be doing stupid shit anyway to get themselves arrested, but at the same time, you know, it's like you simple ass Jakes, man. You just can't seem to understand that if you would hearken unto this word, you wouldn't be having the problems that you're having. You wouldn't have to worry about, all the bullshit that you're dealing with. Verse 23, Romans 8:23. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Verse 23. And not only, that was verse 22, sorry. But now this is verse 23. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. 24, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for? Verse 25, but if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Okay? Going back to the Most High's plan. In a previous lesson I did the video, the guy said that, you have to trust in the process, trust in God's plan. Okay? He's not going to tell you the plan because that's part of the process. Because the plan is that I can't remember how to explain it, but I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my ability. See, the plan is to get to the destination, but he's not going to tell you what you're going to have to go through and what you have to do. Okay? Just have faith, and he'll take care of the rest. Okay? And that's the whole point of having faith, man, or hope. Because if we see the destination right then and there, what's the point of the plan? Yeah, that's why we have to have patience in hope and wait for it. Okay? Verse 26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. Okay? In verse 27, he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of the Most High. So who's the one that makes intercession for us to the Father? Yahweh Shai. Okay? Remember, Yahweh Shai is the mediator. He's the doorway between us and the Father. Okay? Nobody can get to the Father but by me. Say it this, roughly paraphrase it. So you have to understand that Yahweh, the Father, he is the ultimate judge. He is the one that makes the ultimate and final decision, or whether or not you are worthy of mercy, or are you worthy of judgment. So you have to really consider that and think about that, man. Yes, right now Yahweh Shai has power and authority by his Father, but remember, the Father is still the one that makes the ultimate decision, and Yahweh Shai just carries it out. So the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. So our spirit cries every day with, as it says, with groanings which cannot be uttered. Our spirit continuously cries daily because we're in such a low estate, a state of mourning, a state of just oppression, a state of just grief, constantly having to endure, being vexed with filthy conversations, being surrounded by all these abominations, constantly just having to fight this flesh so that we don't you know, that we don't fall into a snare and ultimately get into trouble. Okay? You know, just stay out of trouble. You know, don't do something that, you know, where the Lord is going to ultimately have no choice but to just, you know, knock you off, leave you to just die. You know, this, you know, for what little time we have left, you know, whether there's going to be an election or not, or whether this thing pops off before the election or after, whatever, you know, time is short. And, you know, this thing could pop off at any moment where they bring in that, you know, the MOTB, that central bank digital currency, that digital system, okay? Because, you know, you just don't know when your bank is gonna, or your ATM to your bank is gonna just not accept cash anymore. You don't know whether or not, you know, you don't know if you're gonna get paid the next payday. You won't know if you're gonna be able to pay off your bills, and if not, oh well. At that point, just once the system crashes, at that point, it's not going to matter anymore. Your bills are not going to matter. Money's not going to matter. None of it's going to matter because everybody is going to be in dire straits. The only ones that are going to make it through this are those that have this instilled into their mind. Verse 20, Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Lord willing, that be us. So all things work together for good to them that love the Most High. So if we love the Most High, then how do you show love? Obedience. Obedience unto what? The word. As long as we do that, man, you know, all things will go well for us. Okay? Keep yourself under subjection to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and the Lord's gonna take care of you, man. Just obey. That you know, that's just a simple thing, man. A simple thing. Just obey Him. Okay, because remember, the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is the one in control. Just obey. Don't fight against Him because you're not gonna win. Just obey. Seriously. Verse 29, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn amongst many brethren. Okay? So, those that are predestinated are conformed to the image of his Son. Who are those that are conformed to the image of his Son? The elect men. Okay? The elect. The 144,000 and the multitude of men, women, and children. Okay? The elect are the first fruits. Okay? They're the ones that were predestined, that were preordained from the very beginning. They were already chosen to make it. While the 2/3 on this side, you know, they weren't chosen to make it. They're going to have to, the only way they can, they have to die on this side. They have to be purged. They have to be purged of their ways because they're too far gone. They're too far gone. So the only way that they can come back is through the loins of the elect, where they will be born righteous, yet they're going to loathe themselves for a period of time because it's going to be in the back of their mind. It's going to mess with their head, knowing that, hey, I fucked up and I did all this. And if I hadn't done all this, I wouldn't have had to suffer like that and die the second death. So the 2/3 in the kingdom to come, they're going to be shamefaced. All right. let's see where. Okay, verse 30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. So, Lord willing, that we are those ones that were predestinated from the beginning, that he called and justified now to do this work, to get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding before it's gone. And that we be glorified as well. (31) What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? Verse 32, he that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him be also freely give us all things? Okay. So Yahweh gave his only son, his only begotten son, up for all of us. Okay. So think about that. Yahweh, the Father, loves his people. He loves his nation that much that he was willing to give up his own only begotten son. Think about that. If the Father loves us that much, that should tell you that, there's someone that gives a shit about you. I mean, don't get it wrong. I'm sure that your earthly family, your family in this world, I'm sure they care about you, but Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai cares for you that much more. Because he's the one that made you. He's the one that gave you mercy. He's the one that woke you up out of this garbage so you could get back to this. Even though we pissed him off to the point where, we deserve to be pretty much utterly wasted, but yet he didn't do it. He turned away from us for a period of time so that we could suffer a harsh lesson, man. And now here we are. We're almost out of here. Our time in this prison is almost up. It's almost up. Romans verse 33, who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifieth. Okay? So who is to say that we're in the wrong, or that who's to say other than the Most High that we're in the wrong or that we're right? Okay? Who's to tell us this and tell us what not? The people of this world can't tell us shit. Only the Most High can justify us. Okay? For one, these people, they don't know the law of the Most High. So verse 34, who is he that condemneth? It is Hamashiach that died, yet rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of the Most High, who also maketh intercession for us. Okay? Who is the one that condemns people? It's not man, it's the Most High. Okay? He's the ultimate judge. So, again, who maketh intercession for us? Yahweh Shai. All right? It's not man by his own word or power that condemns. It's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This is the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 4 verse 17, and it says, this matter by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. So that right there tells you the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Who is ever on top? Who placed them there? Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Who's at the bottom? Who put them there? Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Whatever position that you're in, whether you be at the top of the pecking order, second fiddle, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, or completely at the bottom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the one that sets you wherever he sets you. Okay, we go back to Romans. This is Romans 8 and 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? Verse 36, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Verse 37, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Okay? So, can famine, tribulation, the sword, pestilence, disease, or any of that separate us from his love? No. As the scripture just said, we are more than conquerors. Okay? We can overcome this as long as we have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how, whatever plan that the Most High is going to have us go through that we don't know of, but we're going to find out. As long as we keep our faith and keep our mind spiritual, not given to the carnal side of things, no matter what hell that we're going to go through in Jacob's trouble, whether we, just an example, like let's just say we're in the midst of it right now and we just happen to get jumped by a gang of racist, cannibalistic, or whatever, just a bunch of savages. We may get the shit beat out of us, and amongst other things that may happen. I don't know. We don't know. But the Lord is, but the Lord said, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. Okay? Lord willing that we have that power to defend ourselves or to escape certain situations. Okay, so we're more than conquerors, man. And we are counted as sheep, as sheep for the slaughter, yes. Because some of us are going to be martyrs for the testimony of Yahweh Shai. And some of us are going to be in the midst of utter chaos and anarchy. Verse 38, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach our Lord. So nothing. If you truly love the Most High and you have faith, nothing should be able to separate you from this. Nothing should be able to lead you astray. Nothing shall be able to take this away from you or take you away from this. Okay? Let nothing come in between you and the Lord, man. Nothing. Not your family, not your loved ones, not your friends, not your acquaintances, not your co-workers, nothing of this life, nothing. Do not let anything get in the way or take priority over this. Okay? This is your number one priority, regardless of your situation. Okay, let's see. Let me get Isaiah real quick here before I move on. Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and in his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Okay? And that standard is the spiritual power, giving us the power to, to defend ourselves, to get away from the enemy, whatever it may be. Okay? Or to save another sincere believer. Verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come from Zion. Who's that Redeemer? Yahushai. And unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. Verse 21, as for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of the seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever and forever. So, these words shall not depart out of your mouth, or out of the mouth of your descendants, or your descendants' descendants. Okay? This truth will spring forth. From generation to generation. Okay? Truth. Righteousness. Which is something that this world is going to soon experience. Okay? After, the destruction of this place. Okay? Everything's going to be put back in order. It's going to be the book of this is the book of Psalms. Chapter 122. Verse, I'm going to start at the top. Psalms 122 and verse 1, it says, I was glad when they said unto me, let us go unto the house of the Lord. Verse 2, our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together. And what they mean by compact together, meaning it has walls, like a wall of defense. Verse 4, whether the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of the Lord. Verse 5, for there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Verse 6, pray for the peace of Jerusalem, they shall prosper that love thee. Verse 7, peace be within thy walls, and prosperity within thy palaces. Verse 8, for my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, peace be within thee. Verse 9, because of the house of the Lord, our power, I will seek thy good. Okay? So, going back to verse 5, it says, for there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. And who's the house of David? The elect. Okay? So, in that time, Jerusalem shall prosper, those that love, Israel that loves Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, they shall prosper. Okay? And we're going to, in the kingdom, we're going to be, praising Yahweh B'Shem El Shai every day, giving thanks for everything. Okay? We'll be at peace. And because we are Lord willing that we be of, the house of David, the elect, the Bayat Dawadah. Okay, and this is Psalms chapter 128, verse 1, it says, blessed is everyone that feareth the Lord, that walketh in his ways. Verse 2, for thou shalt eat the labor of thine hands. Happy shalt thou be, and it shall be well with thee. Verse 33, verse 3, thy wife shall be as a fruitful vine by the sides of thine house, thy children like olive plants round about thy table. Verse 4, behold, that thus shall the man be blessed that feareth the Lord. Verse 5, the Lord shall bless thee out of Zion, and thou shalt see the good of Jerusalem all the days of thy life. Verse 6, yeah, that thou shalt see thy children's children and peace upon Israel. Okay, so those that are blessed, so those that fear the Lord and walk in his ways are blessed with a good life, blessed with, prosperity. The Lord is going to put that hedge of protection on you, and he's going to lead you in the right path, man. He's going to lead you in the right way. So blessed are they that fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and as I said before, Lord willing, that we are of the Bayat Dawadah, the house of David, the elect. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 1. It says, hear ye children in the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. Verse 2, for I give you good doctrine, forsake you not my law. And this is a good doctrine. Forsake not the law. Don't turn from it. Okay, this is what is keeping us alive. This is what is keeping us alive. Without this, we go right back to being dead. Spiritually dead, and ultimately will end up dead. Verse 3, for I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. Verse 4, he taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Okay, so let your mind retain these words, keep the commandments and live. You keep the commandments, you live. Verse 5, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. So get wisdom, get understanding. Okay, never stop learning, keep progressing, keep growing. Okay, make it a constant thing of your life daily. Just keep learning. Verse 6, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. And who's that she? That's talking about this. Wisdom. And a name that means wisdom is Sophia. So treat Sophia, with utmost care and respect. Okay? Don't forsake her. I'm going to read verse 6 again. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Okay? Verse 7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Okay? Wisdom is the principal thing. That means it is the key thing. It is of utmost importance. It is the key factor. Okay? Okay, it doesn't matter how, wisdom is the best thing for you. Okay? It is the best thing for you. It is what helps you. Like I said, wisdom is what's keeping you alive. Okay? Okay, this is going to be Ecclesiastes chapter 9, starting at the top, verse 1. And it says, for all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise, and their works are in the hand of the power. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before him. And you're right. The people of this book is right, excuse me. You know, we know neither love nor hatred. Okay? The only way we can know what true love is in this book, as well as what true hate is. Okay? By having this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, can we understand what love and hate is, what good and evil is. In fact, let me keep reading down. Verse 2, all things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath. Okay? And that's a balance. That's a balance between the good and the bad, truth, lie, okay? Fair, unfair. There's a duality to everything, and duality is a balance. But that's how you keep... See, the Lord, he's neither good or evil. He's righteous. He's a balance between them both, okay? The left hand, the bad side, the right hand, the good side, okay? In fact, let me get, before I continue down with Ecclesiastes, let me get Isaiah. Isaiah 45 verse 7. Okay? Isaiah 45 and 7, and it says, I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So that right there tells you that the Lord is about balance between good and evil, good and bad, okay? Righteousness and evil, man. Okay? And there's another one in, I think it's in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 32. Yep, Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So that right there should be more enough to tell you that good or bad, up, down, left, right, backward, forward, whatever the case may be, Yahweh Shemel Shai, like I said, it's in the power of his hand. None can deliver out of his hand. Nothing can save you from him. The only thing that can save you is him. He's the ultimate that passes judgment, and he's the ultimate that delivers and has mercy. Okay? There is no other power with him. There's no other God with him. He's the one and only. Going back to Isaiah 46. Yep, Isaiah 46 and 9, and it says, actually, let me see Actually, I'm going to start at verse 3. Isaiah 46 and 3, and it says, hearken unto me, O house of Israel, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly, which are carried from the womb. For, and even to your old age, I am he, and even to hoar hairs. Another word for hoar hairs is just gray hairs, old age. Will I carry you? I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry, and I will deliver you. Verse 5, to whom will ye liken me? And make me equal, and compare me, that we may be like. So really, who of this world can you compare to the Most High? Okay? The most, even, in a carnal sense, it may seem like, okay, this person saved you out of a certain situation because they say they care about you and they don't want to see your life ruined. But you have to understand, in a spiritual sense, that's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, using that person to get you out of that situation. It's not them, it's the Lord that's doing it. And if a person's, if a person is like, look, man, I don't give a fuck about you. You're just another nobody to me. So on and so forth, or however that may go, but that's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? So I'm going to read verse 5 again. To whom will you liken me and make me equal and compare me that we may be alike? So again, who can you compare to the Most High? Who can do what he can do? Who of this world can do what he can do? Who is forever like he is? Let's just put it that way. None. Verse 6. They lavish gold out of the bag, and weigh silver in the balance, and hire a goldsmith, and he maketh it a god. They fall down, and they worship. Verse 7, they bear him upon the shoulder, they carry him and set him in his place, and he standeth from his place. Shall he not remove? One shall cry unto him, yet can he not answer, nor save him out of his trouble. So again, these idols made out of wood and stone, or plastic, or a picture up on a wall. They cannot answer, they cannot hear, they cannot speak, they cannot save you out of your trouble. So why the hell are you putting an inanimate object up on a pedestal? Something that was made by the hands of man. Especially you, Jake, why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep idolizing, these other philosophies or man-made religions? Why do you keep worshiping their idols? Okay? And also, why do you keep idolizing certain celebrities when they're just man? They're not gods. Okay? The only one you should be idolizing, the only one you should be looking up to is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? That's your idol. That's the one you should be looking up to. That's the one true God that can listen, that can hear, can speak, can see, can talk, or, hear, speak, talk. Oh my God, I just said that twice. Hear, speak, see, and save you out of trouble. Sorry, oh boy. But, so the true God you should be worshiping and calling upon is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now, verse 8, it says here, remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Verse 9, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. Verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So, the end was already declared before everything began. So everything was already planned out before it started. Okay? And the only one who could do that was Yahweh. Okay? It started with Yahweh Shai, who was the very first spirit that Yahweh created. And it's going to end with Yahweh Shai because he's going to come back, gather up his elect, and burn this place to ashes. Okay? Let me go back to Ecclesiastes. I was in Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 3, and it says, there is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead. So yeah, right now, while these people are alive, their heart, it's set upon their heart to do all this, to do all these horrible things, these abominable things. And after that, they die. And what do they leave behind? A legacy of vainglory, abominations, basically a legacy of nothing, a legacy of death. And it says here, verse 4, for to him that is joined to all the living there is hope, for a living dog is better than a dead lion. Okay? So, a living dog that obeys his master is better than a dead lion. A lion that, rebels, fights all the time, lives by his own principles, you'd say, being prideful. Think about that. A living dog is better than a dead lion. Let me read that again. Verse 4, Ecclesiastes 9:4, for to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope, for a living dog is better than a dead lion. So a living dog that has hope and, obeys his master and does everything that he's told, he has a better chance than a dead lion. Someone who's been nothing but prideful, prideful throughout their entire life, doing all the shit that they think that they could get away with. Okay? And in an analogy, in an analogous sense, we are those dogs that have hope. Hope and praying that our master is going to be there for us, be there with us, so that we could serve him. Okay? Verse 5, for the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. That's true, man. Once you pass from this life, people may remember you for a certain amount of years, maybe until the end of their life, a lifetime, but eventually it's gonna fade away. It's gonna fade away. There will be nothing remembered of you in that life. And it says here, verse 6, also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Okay? So they no longer have a portion, meaning that they have nothing left here to be remembered by, or have anything, once you're gone, that's it, you're gone. You came into this life with nothing, you're going to leave with nothing. And if you had anything in the world, guess what? Someone else is going to claim possession over it. Verse 7, go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart. For Most High, for the power, now accepteth thy works. Let thy garments be always white, let thy head lack no anointment. Okay? So, do things in a righteous manner using wisdom, self-discipline, and control. And let me read verse 8 again. It says, let thy garment be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. So what that's saying is, let your garments always be white, be pure, be spiritual, and let thy head lack no ointment, meaning lack no do not lack understanding, excuse me. So while we're in this flesh and we walk about in this world, always walk, as if you're wearing that white garment, okay, being blameless, and have that understanding, knowing what's going on. Okay? Verse 9, live joyfully with the wife, whom thou lovest all the days of thy life of thy vanity, which he hath given thee under the sun all the days of thy vanity, for that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Verse 10, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. Okay? So, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do with all thy might. So there is no work, device, nor knowledge, or wisdom in the grave. Yeah, because you're dead. At that point, you can't do anything anymore. Okay? Anything that you put your hands to, give it 100%. Give it your all. You know, and be merry of your work. Okay, you put in a hard day's work. Now you can just go home and relax, you know, take some time to rest and just chill. You know, but as I said before, you know, this time that we're in, you know, we can only do what we can and be content with what we have until, you know, until all hell breaks loose. Okay? Let's see. This is going to be the Isaiah 19:14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his own vomit. And there is a perverse spirit in this place. You have so much filth going on, man. And because of that filth, this place is falling apart. Okay? And you know, this modern day generation of kids, they're so damn stupid, they cannot read or write. It's like, what the hell is going on? You know, what are the teachers doing at the school? Oh, hell, even the teachers are starting to quit. Okay? So really, it falls back out to the parents. Or what are the parents doing at home? Are they not teaching their kids? Because if the kids are so stupid to where they can't read or write anymore, something's going on. A lack of discipline and self-control. We live in a society that raises brats when we should be raising warriors. And what I mean by raising warriors, people of a warrior mindset. People that have discipline and control. Okay? That follow the orders of their father and mother in the household. That are willing to teach their kids, pass on their knowledge, their experience, their wisdom to the next generation. Okay? You know, give your kids a skill set. You know, teach them what to do and how to be. Okay, and teach your daughters not to be fucking little attention whores. Keep them in the house, keep them straightly. You know? And teach your sons not to be simps or little soy boys. You know, this place, man, the so-called American standard of how to live is turning out to be no standard. It's just turning out to be a complete mess. A cesspool. All right? Because of all this bullshit that's going on. We are truly living in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, henceforth the LGBTQ, whatever, the Rainbow Crew, and the bread and circus, which is the Roman circus, you know, giving the masses free food and entertainment, sports, hot dogs and sandwiches, chicken wings, French fries, popcorn, and all that. So, Sodom and Gomorrah, Rome, Egypt, bondage, being subject to payments. Nothing's free here. You got to pay for everything. Your house, your car, and other bills like your phone, water. You have to go to your enemy for the one of all things. This place is completely filthy. And this is Babylon as well. Because it was once that one city that everybody, just followed after with such great admiration. It used to be so great and so powerful, so rich, that everybody had an opportunity here. But now look at it. It's all a big scam, man. All right, and with that, that's all I had for this lesson. Closing out, Lord willing that it was edifying unto the body and to the sincere believers and listeners. And with that, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise facing the east to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raka'ah, Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity, and unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Bayat, the Wadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abad Babal, Shalawam, Barakatam.